years ago, back in the mid 2000s or late 2000s, where everything, that's all you saw was orcs on everything.
All right, hold that thought. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
All right, no worries.
Over and over, she hides like the moon. She's gone with the wind. She's feeling alive. She never looks back. She never looks back. She never looks back. Looks back. Demons are crawling back to your bed, and they're calling out your name. Demons are crawling back to your bed. Demons are crawling back to your bed, and they're calling out your name.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
If you would like to hear Night Dreams Talk Radio on your local radio station, let them know. Tell them to check out www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. And thank you.
Night Dreams Talk Radio Network brings you the World Paranormal News with James Creechbaum. Now, the latest news.
I'm James Creechbaum with the Paranormal and World Changes News. Well, visitors to the infamous Area 51 have to wear, and I quote, foggles. Yes, visitors to the secretive military base Area 51 in Nevada have to wear foggles while being escorted on site to protect classified government technology from prying eyes. Now, visitors to America's most secretive military base are forced to wear a special kind of eyewear while on site in order to keep sensitive information classified and away from prying eyes. Also, extraterrestrial cave art, a hoax or history. Years ago, in China, there was what is called Dropa stones. Now, these discs, as they're called, allegedly tell of a spacecraft that crashed to Earth and the inhabitants, unable to repair their ship, adopted to their new world. Now, it's been carbon dated to be 10,000 years old, these before BC, these discs. Now, it's still out there. Are they fake? Are they real? Or what do they really say? We really don't know. Also, the month which people die most often. Well, the most frequent cases of deaths over the age of 35 to 40 occurred in December, January, and February. The lowest number of deaths was recorded in June, July, and August. Now, people aged 65 to 74 years more often left our world in February. The reason is acute respiratory infections. That's always good to know, let me tell you. Deadly change of heat waves are linked to newly discovered patterns in our atmosphere. Now, scientists have discovered a new link between a pattern of fluctuations in jet stream air currents and crippling heat waves that strike in multiple regions of the world at the same time. Also, there is in Texas. Texas could have as many as 6 million feral hogs on the loose. Now, it has been said one agency estimates that the number of feral hogs in Texas has been pegged at approximately 1.5 million, and that was by Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. They reported that. However, sources say these numbers are drastically underestimated, and according to the article from Texas Farm Bureau, they estimate more accurately to be 6 million wild feral hogs. And in just last month, a woman in Houston was attacked and killed by these feral hogs. Next news break, top of the hour. Daryl, you still there?
Dreams Talk Radio, After Dark, wants to give a big shout out to all the truckers that listen to our show.
Daryl, you still with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, now you were talking about orbs, and you know, that's a big misconception. It's dust, humidity. There's a whole range of things that people misidentify these things for. Now, in my years, I always say if you could see it with your naked eye, and they kind of undulate, you'll know when you see one with your naked eye. You know the difference. But as far as pictures, I'm telling you, stuff can fool you, as I'm sure you're aware of.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah,
And,
I mean, I'm getting a lot of feedback on your end, bud.
Oh, you are? You got anything? You have
I'm good now.
I don't know.
I don't hear it.
Is it gone now?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it sounds like it's gone.
Huh.
I was actually hearing myself a couple seconds after I was speaking. I could hear myself what I just said. No, you see it all over social media a lot, especially on a lot of paranormal sites. You know, people putting pictures out there where they're in a graveyard or some old abandoned property and they're catching all these orbs. A lot of times you can see it's moisture, especially if they're it's an outside investigation or wherever they're at. A lot of times it's moisture or bugs, or especially during the winter, like you'll see this mist. A lot of times it's your breath, or it's something from a car, like the car exhaust. I've seen that multiple times. And I'm not saying that's what everybody's catching, but that's my opinion on when I look at some of these pictures.
I agree 100% with you on that one. Let me ask you another question, and I don't know if you guys still do it or not, but I knew there was a flashlight test. Do you guys use the flashlight test to communicate as well?
No, not really, because it's been kind of proven over the years that with the expansion and contraction of the, especially not so much on the LEDs, but on the like the regular incandescent bulbs and things of that nature with the battery. When it gets warm, there's that little spring in there that'll expand and contract. And what'll happen is when it gets too hot, it'll actually pull back from the actual battery and shuts the light off. That's been a proven test. It's been done several times. I think I showed it in like last season. I actually was able to show that on the show. I don't know if it actually made it on the show though, but I did a test where I actually did the flashlight thing and show people, this is, something that you need to look out for.
I agree 100% with you, and I do see certain people still doing that. And I'm thinking, because I agree with you. I don't know, and the other thing, spirit boxes, the ones that give out words. What's your thoughts on those?
I think it's we don't use them on the show, and I'm not saying they're a bad thing. The thing with what we do on the show is we try to use equipment you can put science behind.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you'll get these spirit boxes, and a lot of these are made in somebody's garage or somebody's house, and you don't know how they actually work a lot of times. You got to pull them apart. You got to look for certain things, and I'm not a engineer or, I don't know anything about that type of stuff, but I just know it's something that we really can't use on the show because the direction our show goes in is we try to use equipment that actually got some kind of scientific backing behind it, where we actually have people who actually come on the show. You'll see a lot of this in season 2 where we have people who are, professionals in the field come on who uses equipment every day, like in their field, whether it be scientists or, a tradesman or whatever, and say, hey, I can't explain why this is doing that. You can't do that with a spirit box. And I'm not saying I used them for years. Yeah, the SLS. I mean, I've used that. You know, I used the SLS. I used all the spirit boxes. I used all that stuff. But we don't use any of that on the show due to the fact that I mean, it's fun. It's fun to go on a ghost hunt and use that type of stuff. But you can't really, if you're trying to help somebody, you can't really bring that to the table at the end during a reveal and say, "Oh, this is what we caught on a spirit box." It could be interference for all we know. We get interference over walkie-talkies all the time. So why couldn't a spirit box be interfered with by some kind of, radio wave that, and it's what all most of your spirit boxes are just radios that have been, done up to use as a spirit box. So you got to watch that type of stuff. But it's fun to use. I mean, like I said, I've used them before, and I don't knock them, but we just can't do it on the show.
Right, and I agree with you 100%, and I don't knock them either, but, I know how the human mind works, and we're programmed to, see faces, connect dots, and so you can probably pretty much take any word, and you're in the mindset to try to connect it to something, so it kind of could, I think, taint the evidence or not be so pure, if that makes sense, what I'm saying, kind of what you're saying, too, I guess.
Yeah, you can do the same thing with EVPs. You got to watch it. Like, we'll catch EVPs, and if they're not like a Class A EVP where you can actually tell what it says as soon as you hear it, a lot of times you'll get these Class B or C EVPs, which are a little lower on the spectrum, and we don't tell the client what they say. We set it there and say, "What do you think it says?" And then once they say what it says, and it's not close to what we say, we'll say, "We think it says this," and they automatically jump to, yes, no. You got to watch that, because if it says "get out," it didn't really say that. You say, "Oh, it said get out." That's the first thing that comes to their mind. They hear "get out." Well, it might not be saying that. So it's even with EVPs, you got to watch. Put out there what you think it says, because a lot of times people pick up on that. That's the first thing they hear.
I agree 100%. Never give any power suggestion, and as far as EVPs go, boy, if you can't hear it very clear, I usually just throw them out anyway. I'm sure you guys probably do that most of the time too.
Oh yeah, we do that when we're doing our evidence review at the end of the week before we leave and everything. There's so much stuff we just have to throw out. I mean, we've captured some stuff that's been crazy, but there's always that 1% of guys who be like, we'll. There's been times we've looked at footage or listened to EVPs. We look, especially footage. We've looked at it. We've all looked at it. One of the investigators will catch something on a camera, and we'll see it. And we're like, "Oh my God, that's amazing!" And then we'll start thinking about it, and we're like, "I don't know." We second guess ourselves, and we keep saying it. And it's like, if we're second guessing ourselves, then we can't put it out there. And there's so much stuff that just goes on the cutting room floor, because if there's that just a smidgen of a shadow of doubt, you just can't put it out there. You just can't.
I agree totally. And, I know car headlights can play tricks inside a house, like going by. And I know being outside doing EVP work is very hard because of contamination. I'm sure you come across that often, too.
Oh, yeah. I don't like doing anything outside when it comes. I mean, we do. Don't get me wrong. But usually when we try to do an investigation outside, we're in the middle of nowhere, and there's no cars. There's no, you don't hear planes. You don't hear a train or anything. And if we do, it's just one of those things you can't use. You just can't use it. I mean, there's so many, especially if you're outside doing an investigation, say in the summer or spring months when it's warmer and the bugs are out and animals are running around and you don't know what you're catching. So it's one of those things. I just don't like doing outside investigations, but sometimes it's what it calls for.
I absolutely agree with you. Speaking of that, at Gettysburg, their Devil's Den, I was at one end of it, and there was people clear at the other end. That's got to be a good 100 yards or better. And they were barely talking, and I could hear them plain as day. And I shouldn't even be able to hear them, but I think it's just the way it's set up. It carries,
Yeah, it's basically a little route. I mean, you got Devil's Den, and you got Little Round Top and Big Round Top there, and everything just echoes back and forth between those rock formations, especially Devil's Den. It's all just a big rock formation. That's all it is, and things echo off of it.
Absolutely. Now, I